Greetings, race fans, and welcome to the Fat Cat Sports Network. I'm Jeremy McDonald with your OBS Legends Division highlights, brought to you by Red Rock Harley Davidson and as well Toy Master Motorsports RV and Polaris. Fantastic sponsors to have on board here. Man, they have a lot of really nice toys you can have a lot of fun with. Visit them. Red Rock Harley Davidson. Kyle McEachran sitting on top of the podium here so far in our local Legends division. Not much separating the two of them. As you can see here, 13 points between him and the 36 of Devin Goland. Locally, ever since a couple of big wrecks, the 36 team just trying to get that car figured out. Hasn't been the same since, but you know, they'll continue to fight on. Our very first PEI winner in the division, the 33 of Gary Dunning, back in competition here today as well, hoping for a second big win. We've had the pleasure of hosting some of the best talents in the Maritimes, and today was no different. Our most dominant car returning and bringing a friend here as well, Josh Langell, making an appearance for the first time in our local division here from the Maritime League of Legends car. As well, Sam Rogers, he's been having one heck of a season locally here. 3 heat wins plus a feature. Had a bad wreck here back in June 27th. Glad to see the 12 of Rogers back. But speaking of the most dominant driver here in our local Legends division, has had 9 races so far, local division OBS. That has resulted in 5 wins, 2 of them including features, 3 second place finishes, and he had to settle for a measly 3rd in his opening race of June 23rd. And out of a possible 90 points on any given race night, he has averaged 85 points on those nights. Wow. And that Nova Scotia talent continues here, looking at the 87 of Danny Chisholm, having his hands full on the day, not only fighting off a Bandolero championship charge from one of his fellow competitors, he decided to wheel the Legends car here today. No fear in this young driver. And representing Team New Brunswick, another driver wheeling 2 cars on the day, the 68 Michael Cormier, turning left in not only the Legends, but bringing over his Dodge Street Stock as well. We'll keep an eye on how the 68 does double duty here. Let's dive right on in to those Legends highlights. Very tidy, competitive field of 9 Legends cars here to take the first heat. 4 of the top 10 drivers in the Maritime League of Legends Tour, including their divisional leader, the 51 of Braden Langell, here shooting up into a 3rd place position, beginning to work over a pair of Island cars heading to the front. We've seen this play out a number of times, not only at Oyster Speedway, but throughout the Maritimes. The 51 jumping out to a massive lead here early on with that preferred groove and clean air. Certainly the top driver in the Maritimes. Behind them, it's an all-out war for second place right now. Kyle McEachran, your local division leader, leading that pack of cars. A lot of hungry drivers coming up behind him, including the 87 of Danny Chisholm here. Fight here on the white flag for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It'll be Braden Langell up front for the win, but who's going to come home behind him here? Tight on the line for 2nd. Literally a battle on for 1st right through to 9th. Look at this for 6th and 7th. Gallant coming up just a little short. If you go back to the last time the 51 was here locally, late June, he won his final 2 races of that day. So this will be 3 in a row for the 51 locally at OBS. Clean start here now to get things rolling. Opening lap of the semi-race, and drivers already having to check up and be careful here as the 66 getting a little squirrely, maybe with a little bit of help. Luckily, all the drivers go through it unfazed. Nice save there by a number of them up front. After a pair of second-place finishes in his Bandolero car and a championship clinging by only a couple of points, Danny Chisholm here determined to grab a checkered flag on the day, getting around the 14 of Kyle McEachran, and Chisholm, clean air, preferred groove, wouldn't look back, and he would distance himself from the rest of the field.
It'll be Danny Chisholm.
And half a car length there for second and third, and the rest of the field pretty tight as well, too, as tight racing right from the top to the bottom. Danny Chisholm in the 87. Finally, that hard work in this Legends car at OBS paying off for the young driver. His first win in a Legends car here in our local division. Heading to the feature race pretty confident here as the newly crowned 2019 OBS Bandolero champion jumps back into the Legends car here. Once again having to transition from one car to the next here, pushing it a little bit onto the inside. Let's see how the 87 fares out after a feature win in that Bandolero and a championship win to boot. Our newly crowned Bando champion here avoiding a bit of trouble here as the 66 of Ron Savadon goes for a nice wild ride, coming at a turn 4 a little loose, tries to correct it a couple of times, and Josh Langell there getting a nice view of the front end of the 66 as he has to go to the infield to avoid some trouble as well. No damage to any of the cars. We would get back to some green flag racing here very shortly. While not only having to deal with the tougher line on the inside, the 68 of Michael Cormier, the 87 of Danny Chisholm, adding to that, both drivers pulling double duties. Chisholm, as mentioned, Bandolero Legends. Mentioned at the top, Cormier also taking on a street stock here on this day. Side by side for the lead, a number of them up front here in this feature. Tight pack continues with some great racing. Stick around, you do not want to miss the finish of this one. Quite a photo finish. Stay tuned.
Looking for an opening.
Here we go with a nice little battle for the mainland. On the inside, Team Nova Scotia. On the outside, fighting hard, Team New Brunswick. Cormier versus Chisholm here. They put on quite a show for the packed house here at OBS. well as Chisholm and Cormier have their hands full with each other. The 51 of Braden Langell sneaks up into the picture as three of them will join the dance on the front row here. Wow, things getting very interesting here now.
Langell trying to move up the inside.
Coming up this time with 3 to go, and it appears Chisholm in the 87 making a run away with it here. 2.5 to go now. Can the 51 fight back and catch up?
Different features on the day. They're going to let it all hang out here in this final lap and a half. 1 more to go. Who's it going to be? The 87 or the 51? Angel all over the back. One down. Chisholm trying to hang on, make that car as wide as he can. Cormier sitting back in third, trying to race to the start finish line. Wow! Who's it going to be? The 87 or the 51? Angel all over the back. One down. Chisholm trying to hang.
You don't see many drivers this young showing that kind of poise with that kind of a driver barreling down on you. Most drivers will crack no matter what the age, but this youngster holding strong no matter who's charging down on him. And look at that, you're not going to get much closer than that. Less than a front wheel advantage for the win, paying off for the youngster, the 87 of Danny Chisholm. Have a day, Chisholm family. All smiles. Wow. Sealed in a Bandolero Division Championship with a feature win. Follows it up with another feature win here in a complete separate division. I turn to our race director, Earl Proud, and as well our scorekeeper, Merrill Cronin, who have both been around since day one. They've got 70 years of experience here between the two of them, and they can't remember a driver with 2 different feature wins on the same race card in 2 different divisions. So, Danny, looks like you're rewriting Oyster Speedway history. Congratulations. Pretty incredible already what you've accomplished at this young age. We cannot wait to see what the future holds for you. Good luck, young man. Well, that has been one of just a number of close finishes already this season in our very first year here in a local Legends division, brought to you by Red Rock, Harley-Davidson, Toymaster Motorsports, and Polaris. Certainly, Braden Langell has been a part of a couple of those close finishes as well. He continues to add to his dominance here with that heat win, second place finish in the feature. Got kind of caught in the back of the pack there in the semi as well too. The 14 of Kyle McEachran, a pair of second place finishes to open up his day. Was looking for a better finish in that feature. We'll see how those championship points hold out for the 14 of Kyle McEachran. Let's see if he can hold on to the lead and maybe even pad onto it a little bit. And you can see McEachran now extending out his lead a little more than 30-some points over the 36 of Devin Gallant. Locally, Ron Savidin jumps up into third. Gary Dunning slipping down into fourth. Can't wait. Thank you very much to all of our drivers for making the trip over here for our Labor Day Classic event on the Monday. We had all 3 provinces represented, not only in cars, but in victory lane as well. And we certainly appreciate all the support from all of our drivers from all 3 provinces. Thank you for making this possible this season. Reporting for FSN, I'm Jeremy McDonald. Thanks for watching.